Hello everybody, welcome back to ghosttrickphantomdetective. Today we're gonna be playing chapter 7. So without further ado, let's go and jump right into it. Bam! Chapter 7, 10:05 p.m. I just can't get the images I saw at police headquarters out of my head. The person who shot me tonight is the last person in the world I want to believe did it. Now I'm here at the place she and I agreed to meet. The restaurant the police were staking out as Point X. But when I got here, I found the place in ruins. In ruins it indeed is, guys. We can see a huge piece of chicken thingy. Whoa, what in the world happened here? Let's hear what the chef has to say. Oh the heavens, what do I do? If I had known something like this would happen, I would have paid the poor child more. I would have cooked more chicken for her. I would have sung to her as much as she liked until she'd had her fill. Actually, about the singing, she did tell me she'd had her fill a time or two. The chef seems to be in quite a panic. Okay. Anyway, at least it doesn't look like the waitress is dead. So we're gonna hop onto the tire and roll it over towards the chicken. And here we have Lynn. Look at me, I'm dead! What took you so long? Well, that's one way to greet a guy. What happened here? Hey, how should I know? I'm the victim. Is it just my imagination, or is she getting more and more brazen every time she dies? Oh, that's because I'm a detective. Have to be tough, you know. Well, and how did it go? Did you check out tomorrow's work schedule for prisoner D99? Yeah, just like I promised. Actually, I have a few things I want to ask you about too. Sure, we agreed to use each other after all, right? Okay, let's swap info then. Alright, we're gonna talk about my murderer first. On my way here, I stopped by the chief of police's office. Oh, it was just on your way, was it? And while I was there, I saw who did it. I saw my murderer. You saw him? Where? How? Not him, her. There was a security camera set up there at the junkyard where I got shot. The security tape showed me the person who shot me. It was you. No way. You're kidding, right? What do you have to say for yourself, detective? It wasn't me. I didn't shoot you. If I recall, this is what you said about who shot me. My memory just isn't clear on that part. So how can you say for sure that it wasn't you? Because I told you before. You were supposed to give me some information. Information, huh? Maybe that information was the reason you shot me. What? What do you mean? Why she shot me? You said you had information on the case I'm looking into, so I would hardly shoot you before I even heard that information, right? I agree. That wouldn't make sense if it was before. Huh? But what if it was after you'd already gotten the information from me? I definitely told you something then. And whatever it was, it really shocked you. What did I tell you? I don't remember. I don't know. You've got to believe me. After you saved me, I thought I got all of my memories back. But maybe I really didn't. You told me something. I can't remember that part at all. You got the information and you wanted from me, and then you shot me. Isn't that what happened? No, I didn't shoot you. Please tell me. What did you tell me that time? What did I learn from you? Let's talk about D99's work schedule. Just like you said, each prisoner had a little blackboard in his cell. But the thing is, there wasn't anything written on prisoner D99's blackboard. It was blank. What? I guess maybe it means his schedule for tomorrow hasn't been decided yet? Blank? Blank? No! Huh? I didn't think she'd lose it over a blank blackboard. How come you're so upset about an undecided work schedule? I get the feeling that back when I was alive, I never had much of a schedule to worry about myself. Do you know what it means when a prisoner doesn't have a schedule for the next day? Huh? It means something? It doesn't mean he doesn't have work to do. It's more like he can't work. And that's because he's going to be executed. Executed? Let's talk about execution. Do you know what prisoner D99's crime was? I think so. They said something about him murdering his wife right in front of a family member. That's what they say, but it's not true. He would never, Detective Jowd would never do anything like that. And the death penalty hasn't been enforced in this country for a very long time. Not for decades. Even if the prisoner wants it, like in this case. The prisoner wants it? There's definitely something else going on with this case. I just know it. And I have to find out what. And if his work schedule is blank for tomorrow, I have to do it right now. So this prisoner D99, Detective Jowd, he must be connected to me in some way too. After all, he obviously knows me. Let's talk about Point X. The police were staking this restaurant out tonight. They called it Point X. Point X, huh? That's a good name for this place. That white-suited inspector was surprised to find out you just casually waltzed in here. Inspector Cabanella? What in the world made you pick this place anyway? I guess I'd have to say because of you. Me? Huh? Do you remember that note I found? Yeah, I remember. That note I didn't get a chance to read. It had a place and a time written on it. The Chicken Kitchen, 10 p.m. In other words, I was supposed to meet somebody here tonight. Yep, apparently so. I just had to get that information you were going to give me. That's why I came here. It was the only lead I had left. And this here is Point X. So that must mean the mark the police were waiting for was me. So, what are you going to do now? I mean, you fulfilled your goal, right? You found out who shot you. Are you going to get revenge? That would be an easy enough to do. All you have to do is not save me. Is this the ending I was hoping for? Had I unraveled all the mysteries of me? What am I going to do now? I'm going to save you, that's what. You are? I want to know everything. Who I was, why I was killed. And I'd like to know who those guys are too. I want answers, and I'm gonna find them. But to do that, I'm gonna need your help. Okay, I won't say thank you, not yet, and I won't say I'm sorry either, but I'll help see to it that you get your answers. Good. Now, I think it's time to go back to the past. I can't leave you lying flattened under a huge chunk of chicken forever, after all. And so we rewind time. Let's see how Miss Lynn died this time. The note said the chicken kitchen, 10 p.m. I wonder who that pointy-haired man was going to meet here. What's this? Where's my chicken? Can I eat that thing? You're just going bigger and better with each new death, aren't you? Leave me alone. Can I help it if I got tired of dying the usual ways? But I'll say this, it was a death any detective could be proud of. Huh? What makes you say that? The way you saved somebody else before dying yourself. Oh, that waitress? The one with the chicken on her head? The next time you put a chicken on your head, you should try one about the size of the waitress's. I'll make a note of that for next time. But anyway, if you hadn't tried to save that waitress, you'd still be alive. I couldn't help it, you know, the detective thing and all. I wasn't able to save that poor van driver though. At that speed, he must have died instantly. Well, you can't let a heroic detective like you stay dead. The root of this whole disaster is clear. The only question is, how do I stop it? Okay, let's get started! Alright, so guys, this is going to be a pretty lengthy puzzle and I'm gonna be trying to keep everything as concise as possible for y'all. And we're gonna move over to this bell right here and we can listen to her dialogue, but it's the one which was played before. So we're gonna ring the bell 3 times, which makes the waitress come over. And we're gonna switch over to her picture and then play the dialogue. You want more water? Huh? Oh, sorry, I didn't ring the bell. And what's with the more water bit? Oh, well, come on. This is your 3rd glass. Oh, okay, I get it. This was a little dig, wasn't it? Kinda like, hey, where's my food, right? No, not at all. Besides, I didn't ring it. But I would like to see you bringing me my chicken soon. Duly noted. In the meantime, enjoy a nice glass of water. So while the waitress is waiting for the elevator to come down, we're gonna switch over to the cart. and go up with her, where we have this suspicious, quite suspicious I might add, couple sitting here enjoying their food or their drinks or who knows what. But before the cart rolls away, we're gonna switch over to the trunk. If you end up going down with the cart, you're gonna get stuck and have to start all over.
So, what do you think, my dear beauty? Do you really think we can trust this deal?
Who knows? It's not our job to think about that. But those incidents did happen in this country, just as you predicted.
Yes, and they were pretty amusing too, weren't they? That fellow who sang out national secrets during a live TV broadcast.
And the man who laid siege to the Metro Police Department, taking the top dog hostage.
But what if he double crosses us? It wouldn't be pretty.
No, he needs this deal too. And we've accepted all his conditions as well.
Yes, and thanks to that, we have to be here on this extra little assignment. But as long as I'm paired up with you, beauty, I don't mind.
How do they know about the cases at the special prison? Special prison? The guy who sang National Secrets, the man who held siege to Metro Police, those cases are classified information. I've heard about both of those cases, and recently too. The perpetrators in those cases are being held at a special facility. That's what the special prison is, but it's not known about by the general public. So Prisoner D99, Detective Jowd, is one of these special cases too, huh? These two are talking about the very same cases I heard about just tonight. That couldn't be just coincidence, could it?
What is it, beauty?
Why don't we move to a different spot? That table in the back looks good.
Now you're talking, beauty, my dear. Just what I've been waiting for. A quite secluded spot, just the two of us. I wouldn't object to that.
All of a sudden, I get this feeling somebody is eavesdropping. My sixth sense is very strong, you know.
That's alright, my dear. You don't have to make excuses. Off we go across the bridge of poultry to the land of love.
So the couple is gonna make their way over to that secluded spot. However, they do leave behind their trunk, which is what we've got to work with next. What just happened? Did she sense we were here? What, with her sixth sense? But you know, I have some pretty amazing powers myself. Yeah? Like what? Like if there's chicken nearby, I can tell right away. That's called a sense of smell. But anyway, at least the situation has changed a little bit somehow. So that's the fate changed point. Now, we're gonna have to bring the couple's notice to this trunk over here. And in order to achieve that, we're gonna have to wait for the bartender to put down that piece of glass, which he already has, and I just didn't notice for some reason. Then we're gonna have to ring the bell to call over the waitress. So she makes her way up the elevator, and as soon as she comes here, we're gonna switch over to the bottle dispenser. and just start dispensing. Which makes her notice the trunk.
Ow! You just broke that glass, just like you did my heart.
A broken glass can never be put back the way it was. Just leave it there.
You can't just leave it. Somebody might get hurt.
Doesn't this trunk belong to that couple over there?
The only things we allow customers to lose here are their cares. Miss, please go and let them know about the trunk, if you would be so kind.
How gallant of you! I just might fall for you, you know?
So she's gonna go and inform that couple.
Odd girl.
I agree.
Me too.
Alright, so yeah, she's gonna tell them about it, and this scrawny little guy over here is gonna come and collect the trunk.
I've been working here for 2 days, and I've had my eye on you the whole time. I think this might be my last night working here, though. It's been fun.
I guess she's leaving this place with her surprisingly short career intact. So we're gonna switch over to the trunk just in time for the suspicious guy to come and collect it.
Of all things you forget, it wouldn't have been pretty if I forgot this.
And he's gonna very slowly drag it back. Very slowly.
Here we are, finally.
I feel kind of bad about eavesdropping though.
Not me. I mean, we just delivered their lost trunk to them after all. They owe us at least that much.
What kind of detective says something like that? So the fate has been changed, and now we wait for them to have a conversation. In the meantime, we can make our way to this light over here, which is gonna be relevant in a bit.
I can't believe I forgot the trunk of all things.
With such a small body, you probably only have a small brain to match.
Ouch, that hurts, Beauty. But that's okay. That's what I love about you.
That's what he loves about her? I don't get it either.
Now, where were we? Oh right, who to invite to the wedding? If we get married, that is, of course.
We can talk about that when we're alone.
But aren't we alone now, Beauty?
Huh? Do you think she senses our presence again?
I spy a ladybug.
A ladybug?
I just hate little bugs.
So she does that to the chicken for some reason. And then comes the crashing van. What? After all the trouble, it happened anyway? It looks that way, yes. It's not over yet though. It's not? What are you talking about? You're not dead yet.
No, but I'm going to be in just a few seconds.
But before that happens, maybe there's something we can do from here. So, this is a pretty tight window. You're gonna have to swing this light right as the chicken piece swings towards the left and then transfer over to the bone. It's gonna swing again and then dip down low enough for you to then connect to the van driver. Hello? Looks like he's unconscious.
Excuse me? Could you wake up for a second, please?
Pushy as ever, this detective. One thing I've learned is that the newly dead stay unconscious for a little while at first. Huh? I was like that. And you were like that too.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Anyway, if we restart the flow of time now, you'll die.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't we try going back even further in time?
What? Even further? But how?
Simple. We go back 4 minutes before the death of this poor driver here.
You can do that?
I never tried it before, so I don't know how it'll go. But if we can erase the driver's death, that should erase your death too.
Oh wow!
I can't think of any other way. Let's try it. So we're gonna rewind time again inside of a rewinded time and see how the van driver died. Now I'm gonna not enact this dialogue here because it's gonna happen later anyway, so yeah. Or maybe I will. Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
That's Lynn, our rookie detective. What's she doing at Point X? Could it be just a coincidence? We just got an APP on her a little while ago. Something about an extremely important cases, extremely important witness, currently extremely on the run. Now what? Should I report this to Inspector Cabanela? They told us to stay off the radio unless it was an emergency. But I think I'd better call this in. Poor Lynn. I wonder what she did this time. Inspector Cabanela is pretty protective when it comes to Lynn. He'd want to know. What's the matter? Alright, fine. This is Point X. Yes, sir. I'll go get her. The static is awful.
I can't believe I forgot the trunk of all things.
With such a small body, you probably only have a small brain to match.
Ouch, that hurts, Beauty, but that's okay. That's what I love about you.
What the heck is this?
I spy a ladybug.
A ladybug?
I just hate little bugs.
I can't hear very well.
And that is how the van driver meets his end. Wow, the van driver was a detective. It looks like it. I noticed something though. That conversation he was listening to just before the crash, I remember hearing it before.
You're right. We just heard it a few minutes ago, didn't we?
Just after that conversation, the detective suddenly passed out. What happened, I wonder?
We already know the answer. We saw what happened at the restaurant. She burned up that ladybug. Sometimes, when a high-tech bug like that is destroyed, it emits a loud signal. Loud enough to knock a person out if they were listening to it through headphones.
So that's why the detective passed out, huh?
Bingo! Now let's stop it from happening.
I'm gonna take a swig of this delicious water. Stay hydrated, guys. Alright, so right away we're gonna make our way to the seat lever over here, and we're gonna be waiting for his dialogue to pop up. And once it does, we're gonna just get through it. I already read all this stuff in the cutscene. Wow, they put out an APB on me? Apparently they're calling you a fugitive. Aww, you naughty girl, you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you upset. A girl's heart is a very delicate thing, you know. This from a girl a giant chicken couldn't even kill. It did kill me! Alright, so he's gonna come here and throw the binoculars over the back seat, and we're gonna use the recline seat function to bring the binoculars to the main seat and proceed his conversation. And we're gonna have to immediately go and turn on the flashing light. This has to be done quickly because otherwise he's gonna be distracted by the phone call and there's gonna be no time for him to pick up the binoculars. So we transfer over to the binoculars as he's making his way to the payphone or the telephone.
What's the matter?
And then we're gonna jump onto the telephone and listen in on the conversation.
Detective Range, this is Memory.
What's the matter? It's not time for your regular report.
Listen to this. There's a suspicious couple in the bar upstairs. I'm going to put a ladybug on them.
A ladybug? You mean a listening device? Don't do anything to blow her cover. Inspector Cabanela will be furious.
But they're doing all kinds of suspicious whisperings. We have to find out what they're saying. You can pick up the signal from your van. Check out that conversation for me, would you?
Alright, fine. Once you get going on something, I know there's no stopping you.
Thanks. Later then.
Hold on. Did you see a customer come in just now? A young woman with red hair and red boots.
Oh yeah, that restless suspicious chick. Sure.
Suspicious?
I mean, come on. As soon as she sat down, she ordered 3 glasses of water in a row. And she spilled the second glass on the table.
Okay, fine. Keep your eye on her too, if you would.
You got it.
Oh wow, that waitress was an undercover agent. And she apparently thought you were pretty suspicious too.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was really thirsty, so, you know.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, did you hear what I heard about the listening device? We have to do something about that bug.
So should we stay here or follow up on the waitress? Looks like it's time to make a decision. So in this case, you're gonna wanna go there. If you stay here, you're gonna be stuck and nothing can be changed. Alright, awesome.
Hey, look where we are.
The heart of the chicken kitchen, eh?
Yep, or as most people say, the kitchen.
I hope the key to preventing that accident is here somewhere.
Oh, I bet it'll be. You know what they say, where there's smoke and chicken, there's fire.
Now that you mention it, it is pretty smoky in here. So that was another bit of fate changed. And now you will notice Memory, the undercover agent, is putting on the ladybug.
Hey, look what she's doing. Do you think that could be?
Yeah, she's probably planting the ladybug. Now that I think about it, it's this waitress's meddling that starts the whole chain of events. the detective wouldn't have gotten his ears blown out and wouldn't have crashed. In other words, we're witnessing it with our own eyes, the cause of a huge disaster slowly being planted in a chicken. Hey, I just had a good idea. About what to do about the ladybug? No, I was thinking we could let her get crushed under the chicken instead of me. I can't tell if you're kidding. At any rate, now we've seen the root cause of the accident. And all we have to do now is think of a way to take care of it. So it's gonna be pretty important to come up to this t-shirt and scrunch and stretch it. And now we're gonna transfer over to the switch and wait for the chef to prepare the second piece of chicken. So the key is gonna be the entire place being pretty smoky, which is gonna make memory turn around to switch on the ventilator fans, and that's when we can switch the two chickens with each other. The timing on this is also kind of tight, so it's gonna be as right as the chef is, going to. Yep, there's our timing. So right as he's going to pour the wine onto the chicken, and that's when we turn off the ventilation fans and make our way down to the pedal. And then it starts to get smoky again, so memory is not gonna be looking as we operate the pedal to switch the chicken. And then we're gonna quickly make our way back to the telephone over here. And that's the key to everything.
There, all set.
There, how about that?
The ladybug is still sitting on the table. We did it.
La la la, chicken, thou art so beautiful, chicken. I took a bite, my heart swelled with pride, and I got goosebumps.
It's funny how this
What the heck is this?
I'm consumed with the love of consuming you. La, 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 la.
It's quite funny how this detective is now just listening to the chef sing to himself. And thus, the fate gets averted. Well, it looks like you've escaped the fate of being hammered by your horrible hen.
Yes, but I still haven't escaped the worst darkness of this terrible night.
I shot you, did I? There must have been some sort of complicated set of circumstances that made you do it. It's never okay to shoot a person, no matter what the circumstances. Hey, shouldn't that be my line? But anyway, you were investigating a case, and I was supposed to give you information on that case. Maybe it's time you told me about it. Tell me about the case you're looking into.
Yes, I guess I should. But let's go back to the new present first.
Okay, sure. Back in the new present, the delicious aroma of chicken fills the air, but I'm still thinking about Lynn. I wonder if she's still waiting for her chicken to be served. I decided to go see her and ask her the questions that were still consuming me. Alright, since we're already at the telephone, we're gonna just use it and dial the number to the chicken kitchen, which will bring us to the main dining area. And once in this section, we're gonna make our way over to Lynn and talk to her. The disastrous accident has been completely erased. Once again, I've saved the red-headed detective from death. Saved Lynn, the criminal who stole my life. One question in particular hangs heavy on my mind. Why did she shoot me? Until I know the answer, I'll never be satisfied. And there she is sitting with the detective, eating that chicken. Meanwhile, Lynn's appetite is apparently foremost in her mind. A golden brown chicken sits on the table in front of her. Until she eats the whole thing, she'll probably be never satisfied. Okay, so we're gonna make our way over to this bell and ring it 3 times, or in this case only once, and we can... Oops, my bad. Wait, what? I thought...
Oh, I didn't know you were here, Detective Wrench. Come to see me, did you? Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, hi Memory. Don't mind us. Just pretend we're not here.
Why don't you try some chicken while you're here?
No thanks. Just watching Lynn eat is quite enough for me.
So, how did it turn out with my ladybug?
Oh, that listening device? Well, let's see. I thought the gentleman had a very nice singing voice. Sorry, but we're in the middle of an important talk. Could you leave us to it?
But you guys are the ones who called me over.
Odd girl.
I agree.
Me too. Wait, so how exactly do I get there? I'm forgetting something? Am I forgetting something? I'm just gonna ring this again. So as memory is coming, we're gonna transfer over to the jug of water.
Did you decide you want some chicken or me after all?
We did call you. Sorry, but could you give us some privacy?
No, stay right there.
Huh? I'm at the crucial moment with this chicken here. I'll need you to pour me some water if it starts going down wrong.
Lynn, you don't have to risk your life over chicken, you know?
He's right. Look at her attacking that thing. Anyway, I'd better move now while I have the chance. So we're gonna switch over from the pitcher. That's funny. Even though I just saved that detective, he doesn't have a core. Not like the one Lynn has, or that valiant little doggy Missile. I thought the ones I save are supposed to develop a core when they are alive again. I guess I still have things to learn about these powers of the dead.
Well, I'm heading back. Lots of things to do, you know?
Yeah, like washing dishes and planting bugs.
Someday I'll plant a big one on you, Detective.
Odd girl.
I agree.
Me too.
Listen, Lynn. You explained your side, and I understand, but there's an APB out on you. Can't you at least hurry up and get out of here? You know, sleep away quietly.
No can do. I'm meeting somebody here.
Meeting somebody. Oh yeah, that's right. The little lady Camilla.
But why do you have to meet somebody here? The special investigation unit is watching this restaurant. Now, how can that be a coincidence?
I don't know, but it is a coincidence.
Hey, is it true what they say? That you're still looking into Detective Jout's case on your own? Inspector Cabanela is pretty worried about you, you know? I understand how you feel, but just don't do anything crazy, okay?
So she's just gonna ignore the dude over there and we're gonna go and speak to her. So, how's that chicken you've been waiting for so long?
It's great! But, you know, with Detective Wrench, that's his name by the way, sitting right across from me. I mean, he was just dead a few moments ago, right? That's kind of taking the edge off my appetite.
Oh, brother.
But he's a great guy. He understands my situation, he said. He's going to give me a pass just for tonight.
Speaking of Detective Wrench, I noticed something strange. He doesn't have a core now.
He doesn't?
I thought a core was supposed to show up once I saved somebody.
I wonder if... When you possessed his corpse, he was unconscious, right?
Unconscious? Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Just like you. You were unconscious the first time I saved you too. And after I saved you, you didn't have a core either.
So, for people who are unconscious when you save them, no core shows up. I think that's probably what it is.
You might be right. Okay, I'll leave Wrench to you then. But I've still got lots of questions for you.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Let's get started then. So we're gonna ask about the death row inmate Jowd. What is your connection to prisoner D99, Detective Jowd? He seems like more than just a co-worker.
Yes, I suppose you have the right to know. Detective Jowd is my hero.
Hero, huh? You don't hear that word much anymore.
Well, it's an old-fashioned heroic kind of story. It happened 10 years ago.
Now just calm down and drop that weapon.
Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her.
On that day, 10 years ago, I was playing in my favorite park. And then, suddenly somebody grabbed my arm from behind. I was so scared. I thought I was gonna die. And then... he appeared, Detective Jowd. And then that really loud sound. I think it was the sound of a gun. I passed out. When I came to...
You're all right now. Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister.
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. So that's why you became a detective, huh?
That's right. He was my ideal of what a detective was all about.
But an ideal detective doesn't shoot and kill his own wife.
Exactly. And that's why I want to prove that he didn't.
So we're going to talk about Point X.
Detective Wrench works for the Special Investigation Unit. He said an important deal is set to go down here tonight at this restaurant. A deal that could affect the future of our nation.
Our nation isn't something that's easily influenced though.
But that's what he said. Anyway, it's that couple at that table upstairs.
I hear they're foreigners. They're waiting for the other party in this deal to show up now. Those two, huh? They certainly are an odd pair. Is this other party they're waiting for me? It's kind of hard to imagine, isn't it? Nobody really knows any of the details of the deal, except for one person.
Mr. Breezy Dancer in a white suit. They say he's been watching the movements of those two for a long time. I've never seen him work so frantically on an investigation before.
Inspector Cabanela, eh? Apparently, you're a real favorite of his.
A favorite? Yes, well, there's a reason for that.
And what's that? Inspector Cabanela? Inspector Cabanela and Detective Jowd were good friends. Yeah, I think I remember the prison guard saying something about that. They joined the detective division the very same day. They're two very different types, but they were always in friendly competition to be the best. Detective Jowd was always very particular about thorough investigation of the crime scene. And Inspector Cabanela? Well, I guess he just has a natural genius for investigating. Anyway, those two led the detective division in those days. But Inspector Cabanela is different now. He changed a little. He changed? Ever since the Detective Jowd incidents. Now he distances himself from field work. And he's starting to focus on nothing but moving up the ladder. And so that's how he became head of the Special Investigation Unit, I take it. Anyway, Inspector Cabanela took me under his wing. Because you were the little girl his good friends had saved, huh? He really looked out for me, helping me study for my detective's exam, fudging my exam scores for me. That goes a little beyond the scope of looking out for you. Inspector Cabanela, I wonder what role he plays in everything that's happening tonight. Let's talk about Camilla. Shear's taking Camilla long enough. She should have been here by now. I'm getting really worried. You two are like sisters, aren't you? That's what Camilla said. Yep, that just about sums it up. It doesn't look like being worried affected your appetite much though. Hey, the bigger the crisis, the more girls gotta eat. I have to make sure Camilla stays safe, no matter what. Camilla, and that music box too. Music box? Oh yeah, that wooden box. That box was a present from Detective Jowd. From Detective Jowd? Yes, it was 5 years ago. That box arrived 3 days after that murder incident. He must have sent it just before he was arrested. Someday, when the case is over and everything is settled, I want you to give this to a certain person, he said. So what's inside? I don't know. I can't open it. That's a shame. Sissel, did I really shoot you? Where did that come from, out of the blue? I really don't remember. I've tried and tried, but I just can't. Now I finally understand how you must feel, and how hard it is to have your memory gone, your story erased. But who knows? Knowing the truth might be even harder. I'd rather believe there's hope myself. That was great. Do I have chicken on my face? You're staring. I bet you're thinking about how impressed you are with the way I took care of that chicken.
Just tell me one thing. This case you're looking into, is it Detective Jowd's?
What if it was?
I can't keep it from you. It's too cruel.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Lynn. It's tonight. Detective Jowd's. You know, it's tonight. His execution.
But there's still time. I looked into it and I found out all the executions in this country are carried out at dawn.
That may be the norm, but not this time, I'm afraid.
What?
The execution is set for 11 p.m.
What did she say?
It's going to happen pretty soon.
Isn't there anything we can do to stop it?
Of course not. It's too late now. Not with our stay of the execution from the Justice Minister.
Going to see him then.
What? See who?
Who else? The Justice Minister.
Don't be ridiculous. There's not enough time.
I'm going. Sissel?
Me?
Get to the prison. Stop that execution.
Easy enough for you to say.
Detective Range,
I'll be going now.
Okay, I'll let you go this time. I'll tell them I was distracted because I was eating chicken. Is there anything else I can do?
Could you find Camilla? She's supposed to be on her way here.
Oh, your little Camilla? Okay, you got it. I'll look for her.
okay, you know what to do, Sissel. You have to save Detective Jowd.
The life of yet another person I'm connected to somehow is about to end tonight. Could it be a coincidence, or is there something more to all of this? Detective Jowd is destined to be executed tonight. I don't know if that fate is the wrong one for him or the right one, but I've decided to go to the prison anyway. And that's gonna bring us to the end of chapter 7. Thank you for watching the video this far, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. I will see y'all in the nice one. I mean, if the next one is nice, then I am going to see you in the nice one. But anyhow, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the night. Wow, I did it again. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, have a beautiful day.